Hi, my name is Mrs. Gamage. I'm going to give you an overview of what I've learned in a class called Intro to Educational Technology. Everything that we studied had to do with technology and instructional design when creating I guess lessons for for students, or even I guess also it transfers into the workplace, training programs online. So how do you teach using technology? What do those instructional designs look like? All right. So I'm gonna go over a few of the readings. So what you see is a brief history of instructional design and technology. Television was one of the first mediums that was used to deliver instruction, and but sort of didn't pan out. By 1975, they widened the definition of delivering instruction to sort of cultural programs and informational presentations. So, but since 1995, there's been a significant increase in the use of instructional media in a variety of settings, um, ranging from business and industry to the military and higher education. The purpose of the article, A History of Instructional Design and Technology, Part 2, A History of Instructional Design, is to define the field and identify an instructional design that allows for adjustments and a cyclical flow to better facilitate evaluation and change based on the findings. The field of instructional design and technology, IDT, encompasses the analysis of learning and performance problems and the design, development, implementation, educational institutions, and the workplace. IDT has five categories of activity. They are design, develop, um, utilization or implementation, management, and evaluation. All right, so we're going to go through a couple other models now that you know a little bit of the history and are tuned in to, we are considering models for instructional design using technology. The next model is the ARCS model. One approach to meeting the challenge of gaining and maintaining learner motivation is the ARCS model. This model provides guidance for analysis of the learner and designing lessons based on analysis of motivation. The goal of the model, like the goal of many educators, is to assist in helping learners want to learn and develop in ways that helps and build satisfying lives that contribute something positive to their world. The four characteristics of the ARCS model are attention, relevance, confidence, and satisfaction. There are 10 steps. That's the steps that you see um, charted out for you. And they are: obtain course information, obtain audience information, analyze audience, analyze existing materials, list objectives and assessments, list potential tactics, select and design tactics. Um, okay, I'll let you read it for yourself. To me, you can sort of sum it up into three sections where you have your analysis. You've obtained all of these different demographics or informational, sort of things that you need to consider. All right. And then you sort of look at, all right, what do we have? What do we want to do? Where are we going? And what tools do we have available to us? Okay. And then the third section is just selecting what tactics you want to use, integrating the instruction, so using those materials and blending it all together, which is also part of the selection and develop materials. And then at the end, just evaluating and revising it maybe for the next semester. All right, next model. So the ADDIE model is short for analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. It is a framework used in instructional design. Analysis is holistic, encompasses student need, student technology, systems, etc. Designing includes identifying media and methods for delivery. It takes using the information assessed in the analysis phase and then designing a lesson to meet the needs. Once aligned, materials are developed, implemented, and evaluations occur, and that allows for measurements to determine were the objectives met. So what I realized is that the ADDIE model is almost a simplified model of the previous one, the ARCS model. And so it sort of crunches those steps into in a more synthesized way, without leaving out any of the elements. In any excellent lesson plan, right, you're layering. So you have your technology layering, and then you have your metacognitive layering, where you want to make sure the student is going to think about what you're putting forth, right? What you're presenting to them, and then provide them with enough information so that they can create something on their own, leading to lasting impacts. All right. So, according to Gaines, there are events of instruction. There are things that you need to include when creating a lesson for, whatever you're trying to teach. So you've got to gain their attention. You also want to inform the student what the objective is. You want to try to stimulate their ability to recall and any prior knowledge or learning. And then you want to present the content and provide guidance and asking for performance. Now, when someone does something for you, it's really important for you to do something for them. And as an instructor, feedback is one of the main things that we do so that students are able to reflect and improve the work that they're providing us. And then we can assess their performance. Uh, Finally, enhancing the retention. So how are you going to make sure they remember what you're putting in front of them, right? How are they going to use what they're learning to their job or to whatever it is how is it applicable in their life? All right. So remember, there are a few things that you want to balance when creating lessons online. Okay. You want to Remember to take in as much demographic information, that's what I'm going to call it, all the background information, um, and then all of the technology options, and then all of the outcomes that are wanted, including the skills that are transferable, right? And then you sort of motivate them to get through it so that at the end they can come out with saying, hey, now I know how to do a screencastify and upload it to YouTube. Thank you very much.